between Facebook 101. I don't know if you here are on Facebook. Oh, good. Well, that makes things a lot easier. You guys are going to get a lot out of this. If you're not on Facebook, then you'll still get a lot out of it because we're going to take you through some real basics of what's important. The biggest issue, and we'll go into this more later once we get started in about 5 minutes, is having that biggest separation between Facebook personal and Facebook for business. The biggest challenge that most businesses have is understanding how to do it properly, because they often forget that Facebook is actually first and foremost a social platform. So you can't do what you call your traditional old school marketing on Facebook. And what we're going to talk about today is the type of approach and the type of marketing that's actually effective and has been shown to be effective to create leads over and over again on Facebook in a very, very effective way. It's almost like the same way that you create leads for yourself in a person-to-person approach or a networking approach. You know, it's not about selling right away. It's about creating a relationship, right? So, yeah. Right. Exactly. Because at the end of the clientele, the longevity clientele that you have are usually purchasing from you due to an emotional buy versus a logical buy because they like you. Exactly. The challenge that most of us have, how do we develop a systemized approach to do that over and over again using a platform such as Facebook to do it for us autonomously? That's the big thing. Yeah. How you keep them interested in your relationship funnel so that even when you're not working, Facebook is working for you. And that's the best way. See, the nice thing about technology that we forget is that technology is there to help us. That might be a little bit cold, Liz, but just in case, just add hot water. I think we made it about a few hours ago. Sorry. What was I talking about? I totally forgot. I know. Oh, it happens all the time. I can't be interrupted, otherwise I lose my flow. No, it's not your fault. I chose to interrupt myself actually because I was concerned about your coffee. No worries. What was I talking about? Nobody was listening anyway because nobody can remind me what I was talking about anyway. So. Yeah. Yeah, I was going down some rabbit hole, which is the term I love to use. Yeah, what it really comes down to is taking a systemized approach to how to work over and over again for you, and have it work on automation. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about automation. See, the nice thing, why is it that you have high school kids coming out multimillionaires before they even go to college? Because now you have technology out there that can help leverage, using the technology, help you leverage the strengths and the automation that's out there so that you can spend time, people, human resources to do and have it done autonomously online. Things like QuickBooks, things like those different types of softwares out there where now you can run what normally would take a full accounting department to run. Someone can, more and more people have started to work from home and yet run very respectable companies that are generating millions of dollars every single year. And yet they're working from home. They created it from home, right? That technology has allowed us, So now we leverage all that. Facebook is one of them. So give me 2 more minutes, then we'll go ahead and get started. And then a quick little reminder to those people on Eventbrite. Someone just signed up today, though. Kim Bright. Where is she? Yeah. Well, maybe they're still doing construction on Crenshaw like they were doing the other night. There's a lot of traffic. Yeah. It's okay. If people get here, they get here. And if they have any questions afterwards, they're more than welcome to ask. quiet out this cover version of Dido. Oh, we actually used Logo Tournament, and we're not sure what country he's from, but we gave basic directions, and they came up with the whole concept of this with us because the 8 points actually reflect the wheel of life that we talk about, where there's balance. Okay, Mary, this is the first time you've never been to the Life Oasis. Welcome to the Life Oasis. We're comprised of 5 partners, 4 of which are here. 3 are right behind you. There's Irene, Dan, and Ryan checked you in. And the whole concept of the Life Oasis came together because we were actually each had our own businesses, and we were passing referrals to each other and over and over. Why can't there be just one singular center where someone can come in and find life and business solutions all in one place? And if they can't be partners at all, the partners have relationships with resources such as Duncan Tooley. He's a local hypnotherapist who has actually been a guest speaker here a few times, and being able to find broader solutions, but only needing to come to one singular place, such as the Life Oasis. Ergo, the name Oasis, kind of like an oasis for life. Both life, business blend into one place, because no matter what we try to do, we really can't split the two. Okay. So Irene here, she actually specializes in energy work, Reiki master, feng shui. Dan is actually a mind and body wellness fitness coach. He also is NLP and hypnotherapy certified. Ryan back there is a technology coach, also specializing in web design and development. Corey over there actually specializes in search engine optimization and strategy. I specialize in life and technology coaching, so the blend of life coaching and embracing technology to make our lives better. There we go. That's why we're here today. So, welcome. You have you guys are the denizens of the Oasis here. So, are you local here? Okay. Oh, how come the two split? How come the two areas?
Well, my family actually moved there, and I worked in
Uh-huh.
and I began to
Oh, good.
there's kind of like
BNI?
contact coffee.
Okay.
And I remember
Okay. Dan actually sits on the board of the Torrance Chamber of Commerce. So you guys are kind of this Dan. Yeah. Dan 1, Dan 2. Okay. So good. So you're a bit of a networker.
Yeah.
Retired and you're still working because you just can't let it go. Right? Life is too fun right now, especially with technology and everything, Well, kudos to you. I actually had a client long ago who was in her 70s. She was definitely, actually, I think she was very much in her 80s. She had a walker and everything like that. And her kids were tired of teaching her, how to use computer or doing the computer work for her. So they actually hired me to go over on a weekly basis to train her and teach her about technology. And so what happened by the time I was done, she had her own brand new computer. Her old computer was this really old computer that took her forever, but she would fall asleep and wake up and then things would go again. So we ended up getting her a new computer. And by the time we were done, she was able to go online, write Word documents, print out letters, and send email and buy to replace. So she ordered a new walker and so one week I went over and ding dong, opened the door, and I was like, hi. I said, is that new? She goes, I ordered it myself. I said, look at you. So anybody who says, oh, I'm too old to learn that, she was 80-something years old. I don't want to hear any excuses from anybody. So what it comes down to, what we found, and the reason why I combine life and technology coaching is because technology really isn't the excuse as to why someone has a fear of technology. It is usually a scapegoat for some other reason, right? You ever seen people go, I hate this phone. Technology sucks, right? What are they really saying? Right? Is it really the phone? The phone that if you just leave there doesn't do anything but just sit there? Is it really that phone? or is it something else? And what happens is when we take a holistic approach on coaching on technology and learning technology, that's when we realize, technology really is no different than what we do already every single day, right? And that's when we start really starting to understand and embrace technology as a way to enhance our lives, as opposed to coming. Right. Yeah. Well, it's not so much that. They don't have those extra filters that we built up throughout our lives that give us limiting beliefs that we can't learn this. Nobody's telling them that they can't learn it, right? But in fact, we can. Studies have actually shown our brain really never stops learning. We just block the new stuff because of what, lie, everything that we've been told that, or labels that we've given us, that type of thing. So, that being said, welcome everybody to Facebook 101, your introduction to successful marketing and lead generation on Facebook. Okay. What I encourage you to do, for those of us who have been on Facebook, connecting with friends and family and everything like that, all the stuff that you've gotten accustomed to on Facebook, all this specific mindset, I want you to just throw it out the door right now. Okay. The focus today is really to understand really how do we use Facebook from a marketing standpoint, and it's distinctly different than how we do it on a normal everyday basis. What we've learned, what you want to retain, what you use Facebook for on a normal everyday basis, just the functionality. Okay. But you will find that once we go through a few things, that you will realize there's things on Facebook that you've never touched before and you didn't even realize we're here to reveal to you for what it is that you need for your business. Okay. The main focus here is to understand how Facebook can be used to help you brand yourself better, create more visibility, create a better community, and most importantly, generate leads for your business. How many of us here can use more leads for our business? Okay. That's really the driving force, whether it be we get it from networking, advertising, marketing online, whatever the case may be. Just looking across the room, we have a wide spectrum. We have a gym here. We have, a Time Warner guy. We have a hypnotherapist. We have advertising, graphic design. We have phone. So we have legal shit. We have all kinds of, and yet we can all be on the same platform. Business. How awesome is that? So what we're going to do is not only that, is that we're going to go take a look at, let me close this right here because understand that why we are here today, okay? Who knows what is the main purpose in business when it comes to our customers? Take a gander, take a guess. Build relationship? Good. I love it. Exchange energy. I don't like to look at money, but money is just another form of energy. Perfect. Yes? Anybody else? No? Why are we here today? No. What is the main purpose in terms of regards to our customer? Service. To fulfill a need. Create a purpose in life and service to others in some shape or form. That is why we do what we do. Even if we're an employee, we're servicing the company. It's still a service, is it not? Okay. So how about this? Create and keep the customer happy in our lives and in our flow of business. Okay? That is really actually the sole purpose of why we will want to be using Facebook for marketing. In the Facebook 101 and the Facebook 4-week intensive series, that's what we focus on. Helping you create a customer, but not only create a customer, but keep that customer for as long as you want them around and as long as they want to be around. As long as they need your services. Okay? That really is the sole purpose. Let's not distract ourselves with anything else. Okay? So what we want to do here is understand that Facebook allows us to create a marketing campaign that is goodwill generating. Remember, it's a social media platform, is it not? Okay? It's also non-aggressive if you do it right. What happens with aggressive marketing in a social environment? How many of you have ever met somebody in a social mixer that did nothing but push their product in business? Shipping companies, right? A social event where you have all kinds of different companies and industries there, and there's always that one that goes around and all he doing is hard nose pushing. What ends up happening to that guy? He ends up creating this little island around him, water of voidness, right? Okay, or He's the one that people go home as, oh, this guy. And take that this card and throw it away. Right? There's always somebody. Okay? And you always remember him, but not in type of energy, right? Okay, so it's non-aggressive, and it creates brand virality. It's so funny because I was because that has a totally different meaning. But what I mean is take out this ITY and it's called viral, right? Because of internet. Virality, to make things go viral, to make your brand go viral. How many of us understand the power of going viral? Okay. How many of us would like our personal brand, whether it be local or globally, to go viral? Okay. Right? Huh? Good, yeah, if it's good, or even if it's bad, seeing businesses thrive because they started up going bad virally, and then when they figured out a way to spin that to say, okay, we get it, we're going to fix it. And because they were willing to do that, they actually dovetailed off that bad viral PR and made it good. Exactly. Okay. It takes a very powerful intention to do that and make that happen, but it can be done. Okay. So understanding why we're here today, let's start off with the number one rule of social media. And for those of us who have, it's always the same, is to be yourself, right? Mary, of course, I'm sure you know because of what's been how quick internet works, how quick Google is, and how quick people can do due diligence on you, how difficult it is for somebody to put on a facade, to lie, to fake, to misrepresent themselves because it can be found out in a matter of a few clicks. Days, not weeks, not months. You know, whereas before, when they didn't have the internet, people can pull the wool over your eyes, take advantage of you, take some money, and then disappear. They're what you call the flyby. Because you don't even get a chance to fly. The minute that people feel like, I don't know about this, and before they can even take out their wallet, they take out their phone first, look you up, and say, no. That's how quick it is. So the ever importance of being transparent and being yourself when it comes to your business, your personal brand, or your company's brand is extremely important. But because we're also on a social media platform of Facebook, why do people go to a social event? Aside from networking, more so than anything is to have what? Fun. Yeah. Social lifestyle is usually associated with having fun. The more fun you have, the more you learn. The more fun you have, the better relationship you develop. When we all agree to that. Okay? So very good. So remember that number one rule, be yourself and have fun. Okay? The goals for today is this. Number one, we're going to talk about the separation between the personal and the business side of Facebook. Okay? It's very important that we have that clear separation, understanding the difference between personal and business. Then what we're going to talk about how marketing on Facebook, what do you label that? Okay, it's inbound marketing versus outbound marketing. We're going to first define what those two are and explain how those two work together to give you maximum results on Facebook within that infrastructure. Then, of course, after go back and understand why, again, we are on Facebook. We talk about, we look at the different statistics, we look at different reasons why Facebook is here and why people have achieved a lot of success on Facebook and why a lot of people have not. Then this is the fun part. At the end, we're going to take you through a step-by-step, a quick start lead generation blueprint that you can actually apply tonight to start generating leads for you now. Okay, leave you with that. Okay, so the important thing what we have to understand is, so is that fair that we do that? Okay, remember, keep in mind when I'm going to go through today, okay, I'm not going to go through everything there is to know about Facebook. All the different nuances, all the different things, because if we do that, we'd be here for days, months, weeks, years, okay? Because they're constantly coming up with new stuff. For those of us who've taken my LinkedIn from 1 week to the next, one session to the next, we add new things because new stuff keeps coming out, right? And that's the nature of the world. So what I'm going to really focus on is the 20% of the stuff that you need to know to get 80% of the results. Is that fair? Okay. I'm always a big fan of focusing on key components for maximum results. So you're not going to learn everything there is, just the main things that I think that are important to help you achieve success. Fair enough? All right. So first and foremost, we want to talk about getting in the right mindset. Okay. So to do that, I want to introduce you to Jane and Julia from Storyville. Jane and Julia are both children book writers. Okay, they both write children books, and they both own a kiosk on the different side of the town of Storyville. Okay, every day they go out and they open up their kiosk and set up their kiosk and everything and sell to the local town of Storyville. Jane, however, for some reason, her prices are basically twice as expensive, actually twice as expensive as Julia's books. Yet every single night, Jane comes back with 3 times more sales than Julia. So let's take a look at the reason why. Okay, if you go to both of their kiosks, okay, Julia's kiosk actually is brightly colored, and every single day she goes there, she sets it up, she sets up the signs, they're 50% off today of all the books, sale today, boom, 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 all kinds of paraphernalia. She goes around town, sets out pamphlets, advertising, everything about how great her books are, and what kind of like major enchantment that the books can do for the kids and everything, and basically to sell. Okay. We go to Jane's kiosk, same, just as brightly colored and everything, but without the signs. What she does instead every single morning, she opens up her kiosk, she sets up tables and chairs in front of her kiosk, a coffee maker, whether it be espresso or not, I don't know, okay? And then she sets a little seat in that table area for herself and runs little storytelling sessions all day long for kids. Every single day, she gets nominal traffic. On Jane's side, she actually gets a lot of traffic because parents love to bring their kids there, and the kids keep telling, I want to go to Jane's kiosk to listen to the next story. What ends up happening is they love the story so much, and you know how kids, they can't just hear it once. It's just like Lay's potato chips. If it's a great story, kids won't just take one. They want to hear it over and over and over again. How many of you have ever played with kids before and you just do one little action, makes them laugh, and you can do it for the next hour? The same thing over and over, and they get a kick out of it, okay? Well, here's what happened. Jane took advantage of that and basically was telling stories and then sold the same book that she told to the parents. Because they said, can we buy this book? Sure. And time again, that's all she did every single day. She didn't push the book. She just told the stories, read the entire book in its entirety. Kids kept coming back, parents kept coming back, and they kept buying the books. Okay? Do you guys kind of see how that all works? Jane's crowd was so captivated by the way she gave to them free coffee, free stories on a daily basis, that they, through the law of reciprocity, they decided we should buy the book. And because the children were able to experience the book firsthand, whether or not the parents told the story just as well as Jane did or not, they bought the book anyway because they saw the joy in the children's faces. Okay? What's the moral of the story? Jane attracted her audience by giving, right? Giving every single day. And they, in turn, gave back in a really big way. 3 times the sale. Julia was always trying to sell her book for half off. Okay, what Jane would sell, Jane would never sell in that sense. But as a result, she ended up, because of how she approached the business, she ended up doing 3 times the sale of Julia. Okay. So which business would you rather be closer to be like? Jane's storytelling business or Julia's? Right? How many of you noticed that that's a big shift of what's actually going on today in this day and age? How many have actually participated in an online free webinar before? Or signed up for something that someone was giving away for free? All you had to do was give your name and email, right? And the minute you signed up, you got put into this system that basically guided you through this process of learning something new, empowering you with some knowledge, educating with something, and eventually got to a point you felt like, you know what, I really like this person. I'm ready to buy. Okay. This is the type of marketing that Facebook will allow you to do. So it's extremely important. So that being said, let's talk about what type of marketing is, okay? First question is, what is inbound marketing? Has anybody ever heard that before? Okay? Let me see. The CEO of HubSpot, which is a big company, basically coined inbound marketing as marketing with a magnet, not a sledgehammer. For those of us who have been around for a while, you know what being marketed to by a sledgehammer feels like. You get slammed by that guy who knocks on the door and hard sells you all the way until you finally buy just to get rid of him. That is called marketing. It's marketing based on content that attracts and nurtures prospects, not spams or interrupts them. Does anybody know what interrupt marketing is? What interrupts your show when you watch TV? Ah, you interrupted. What interrupts you when you're on a website and something pops up at you? Okay, that's what we call interrupt marketing. To a certain degree, Facebook has now tweaked their delivery system so that it is very, very effective in how it interrupts you. It doesn't interrupt your flow, but it provides a more demure way of saying, hey, by the way, in case you want to see more about what it is that you like, here's some information. Okay, and we'll go over a little bit how that all works. Okay, people buy based on the strongest motivational factor, which is not whatever makes sense in your head, but what emotionally makes sense to them. Right? You get two people who were raised in from the same environment and everything like that, but then one of them buys and one of them doesn't. IQ, same everything. So what's the difference? It's the emotion. Who connected them with them better? Okay. This by far is the best long-term strategy because of relationship development. Inbound marketing can also be coined as attraction marketing. Everybody heard of that? Okay. You attract the market. Relationship marketing. Whatever you want to call it, the paradigm shift in marketing right now because of social media, because of where we are today in technology, is about giving before receiving. My other class before, this is a big deal. The 10-to-1 ratio, right? Anybody here still employ hard-nosed, hardcore sales in any of their marketing campaigns or their salespeople? Dan, do you have cohort or peers that do still do that? How are they doing? Alpha dollars, right? All right, so that being said, we understand what inbound marketing is, right? Okay, moving forward, what basically paid media advertising? Okay, there's a paradigm shift in how we leverage that too now, though. Because typically in the past, when we pay for advertising, the whole point is paying them to shift them, to guide them into a sales page, right? Or to guide them to something that is selling them something. Okay, so why would you want to pay? Why would you want to spend money if people aren't going to buy right away? That's not a good ROI. That's that mentality. So what I want to do today is help you shift that mindset right away to a mindset that actually works and helps you build longevity in your business. Okay, we're talking about advertising not for sales of your services or products, but for your content, the stuff that you're giving away. Do you think that people that have viral content, such as videos or pictures and everything, they became viral on its own? Maybe. Okay, maybe not. But what's been happening now, there's billions and billions of websites out there. There's billions of pieces of content. But how does it get to everybody that they see? The smart PR people, the smart marketing people actually pay for advertising that drives people to content that they're already giving away to get more eyes on it. As many people as you know, okay, there's still a limit when you put out something for free or you put out something to give. So how do we see what we don't know through paid media advertising, through outbound marketing? Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, right. Yeah, there's all types of different ways. That's what they call pay-per-click advertising when there's advertising modules and everything like that. It's a little bit different than how Facebook approaches PPC, right? Pay-per-click. So it's relevant to the visitors or the users on that page, so to speak. Okay. There is a caveat now, though, to using outbound marketing. The caveat is once you start doing outbound marketing, the minute you start paying for it, the minute you're doing something, you're going to get leads right away. And if your conversion funnel isn't tight, you're going to be wasting money. It's like you're building a basket, and before you put the mud in it to line up all the holes, you start pouring water in it. What happens? You can probably hold some of the water, then the water's all going to flow out. Okay? So very important about outbound marketing, that caveat is this, is that once you start doing that, be prepared to make sure that the traffic that you get, you have a tight conversion funnel. In other words, you have a very strong way to make sure that you don't lose that traffic that you're paying for. Right? Think of the basket without the internal lining. Don't pour water in it yet until you get that lining in there. Okay? And we'll show you how to do that. Okay? So let's look at the big picture strategy, knowing what inbound and outbound marketing is. First, we want to get outbound marketing, which is you pay for that advertising. Get yourself in front of your audience, especially people that you don't know yet, right? Then what happens is that outbound marketing then creates leads that puts leads into your funnel, your sales funnel, so to speak. But what that sales funnel is, really, you're not selling to them yet. You're basically taking the leads and putting into your inbound marketing program, which is the whole separate campaign where basically through the usage of giving away content, giving away free items, that leads them down further and further and down what I like to call the rabbit hole, to eventually get to a point where people, through the law of reciprocity, they say, I like you, I'm ready to go, I appreciate all the content, you've educated me, you empowered me with the knowledge to make the right decision to finally say, Mary, I'm going to use Legal Shield to solve my problems because you taught me. Most of the time, what I feel, and kind of especially with legal, for example, is that people, they know just enough to say, okay, I think I need to contact you, but not enough to say I need to make an educated decision, right? Because there's so many different things that Legal Shield offers to help, secure one's life. But until we actually break it down to terms that way, and this is what this inbound marketing is. So this outbound marketing gets people interested, creates a lead, puts them into inbound marketing funnel, and that's how this whole Facebook marketing works. The beauty thing is, why do we want to use Facebook for this then? Okay, Facebook is actually a powerful mix of both inbound and outbound marketing. Before Zuckerberg went public with Facebook and and there's a lot of people that sold out, but I don't think so. I mean, basically, this is the next transition in any company. Facebook, when it first started, was just all inbound. There was no outbound. There was no advertising, right? Then they realized, now that we have this user base, why don't we provide outbound marketing infrastructure? When it first came out, it was okay. People paid for ads, it showed up, it was annoying, nobody paid attention, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Since then, they tweaked it, and we'll show you all the different ways that they made it so easy for you to get in front of your audience. And your mind will be blown when I get to that part. But right now, Facebook is a powerful mix of inbound and outbound marketing that you can do all in one place. Okay? Now, the multitude of paid advertising options to stretch your marketing dollar really, really far. You can actually start outbound marketing campaign with $10. And that $10 can stretch you as far as you want to go, depending. So any budget that you have, Facebook marketing is really, really extremely effective. Okay, dollar for dollar. Okay, whatever you spend on Facebook or whatever the case may be will go much farther than any offline mailing campaign, advertising in newspapers, radio spot, TV, whatever the case may be. Why? Because it's virtual. And I'll tell you why it's so effective too. All right. Content infrastructure is all set up. It's ready to go. What do I mean by content? What do people share? What can people share? They can share what? How many of you have shared and liked images on Facebook? Okay. What else can we share? We could share videos, right? All you have to do is just copy and paste a link, and there's a video that shows up there. Okay. You can share, let's say you have a webinar you want to share. You can share it there too. Put a link. Okay. Free ebook. You could do contests. You could do Q&A sessions. You could do events, games, anything, apps. It's all there. They have it all in place for that. All you have to do is come up with an idea. If you can think of it, you can put it on there. Okay? So it's not like you have to come up with something like build a new website or anything like that. It's the infrastructure is all in place. Okay? And all this under a rooftop with a seventh of the world's population at your fingertips. Why is this really, really a good bang for the buck? Where else can you go where you can advertise and you can tap into 1.2 billion users? 1.2 billion users plus as your potential audience. You have a target audience that you can hit, and there are people who could accidentally come into your content as well due to the virality factor, right? People see it, they like it, they share it. See it, like it, share it. See it, like it, share it. Okay? What other advertising medium can offer you this type of demographic spread? Oh, yeah, we have a distribution potential of 1.2 billion. That's a seventh of the world's population. Think about it. For those of us who have products that are internationally available that can be sold worldwide, okay, you can make an ebook about legal stuff in general that can be sold nationwide. Oh. Oh, really? Oh, how cool. Very cool. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So if that doesn't give you a large enough market to go after, I mean, let me ask you this. This is something I asked earlier this week. How many of you could live with an extra 10 new customers or leads every single month? Okay. What would that mean for your business? Just 10 leads extra per month. Okay. Do you know what 10 leads, 10 people in relation to 1.2 billion is? That's 0.0000001%. If you were to get only 0.0000001% of the user base through your efforts on marketing there, that's all you would need to explode and push your business to the new level. A lot of people, when I ask that, I say, if you just get one new lead every single month that converts, that means already a lot for your business, right? Okay, so how should we then? How a business should use Facebook? Okay, there are 3 key entities. You ready? First one is your business page. How many of you have business pages already? I know you do. Okay, good. If you don't have a business page, your job tonight is to, 1, create a business page, okay? Number 2, a Facebook group. How many of you have a Facebook group that you run and manage? Okay, very good. We'll talk about the value of a Facebook group. Why is a Facebook group valuable? Okay, well, a Facebook group is extremely valuable because it gives you an opportunity to have an alternative to your email base. Let's say you don't want to do an email campaign. Guess what? You have a Facebook group. You can talk to them all day long. You can market to them all day long. Okay, assuming you market them correctly, outbound to inbound. Okay. Of course, if all of you are on Facebook already, you have your personal profile. These are the 3 key entities you have to have first and foremost before you start running your business on Facebook. Okay. Why do you want to have a business page? 1, you can brand your business. Your business will have its own little page that can be found on Google. Okay. Next, you can create targeted ads to drive people to the page. Okay. If you have a personal page, you can't create really any targeted ads. Because you have a business page, you can now create ads. You can promote the posts right off of your page. Let's say you post some really good content on your business page. Facebook just recently changed, and this is new, that you can actually sit there as soon as you post something, you see a post, you click promote, and it'll immediately allow you to promote it to the rest of Facebook, to your specific audience. Highlight is another option as well. There's so many different ways. Okay, and then you can build and advertise landing tabs. Okay, does everybody know what a landing tab is on a business page? There's a secret right there to high conversion, high lead conversion for landing tabs. Well, let me show you real quick. We're going to segue a little bit into showing you what a landing tab is. Okay. How many of you have actually been to our Life Oasis page, business page on Facebook? Okay, good. When you go to Life Oasis business page, you'll scroll down, and a lot of people miss this, but that's okay. And these are what you call tabs. 1, 2, 3. And you can actually have more down here, events and everything like that. Lo and behold, over here we have a LinkedIn marketing sales workshop. Okay, click on that, see what happens. When you click on that, it actually takes you to what we call a sales squeeze page, or what we call a squeeze page. You can actually iframe this in here, have some kind of a designer like Ryan create a page for you in HTML, and then once it's hits the internet, dang it, this is because we're on GoToMeeting. All right, so it says here, learn how to use LinkedIn to get more leads, more customers, more business. Step number 1, people love to be guided and corralled. Like the page, okay? Like. Step number 2, get it. Get what? Get free access to recording of one of our LinkedIn 101 workshops. Put your name, your email, boom, done. What happened? People see here, they see the video, they see this call to action, real simple, and they featured their name and email. And they get, in exchange, they get a free recording, a free video not this one, but one that comes in the email of that LinkedIn one-on-one workshop. What happens now? These people have just engaged with us and got put into our inbound marketing funnel. But we start giving more stuff away, start building this relationship. Okay? This is what we call landing tab. So the question is, what can we do with this landing tab? For example, remember we talked about that outbound marketing, we want to create leads and everything like that. We do outbound marketing, we promote it, we do a Facebook ad, push people to this page. Once they get to this page, we're giving them something for free. Awesome. Totally worth me clicking on that. And once they get in here, then we have them in our email database, and that's when we can take our time to nurture that relationship, do that inbound marketing. Cool? So with a business page, that's what you do. A business page allows you to create those. Oh, let me go back. Go back to the life of Oasis. It gives you an opportunity to create these tabs here, which then open up to separate pages. So these are what we call landing tabs. Cool? Any questions? Yes. So whole separate class together, YouTube marketing, putting that together. So watch for that. Okay. So we talked about brand for your business, creating targeted ads, promoting posts, build and advertise the landing tabs. I'll tell you right now that landing tab. Okay. And metrics. Okay. Facebook measures and allows you to measure and understand your audience demographics and their actions. It actually tracks the actions on there because they control that entire infrastructure. Unlike your website where you have to input code and put analytics on the back, Google to look it up and everything like that, Facebook allows you to go to your page and see what your audience actually does when they get there. How much time they spend there, where they're coming from, what they do. So that's a business page. Any questions on a business page? Why a group? A group allows you to build a community. Not everybody's going to buy from you the minute they meet you, right? So we want to help address them on a different phases of their buying cycle. We also want to, you can also offer support. Guess what? Sometimes to maintain the longevity of our customer makes sense, right? That's what they call support. That's why I have support sections, support departments. Well, guess what? A lot of companies actually provide support through social media. Your group that you create for your business can do that, to answer questions, to be there, because a lot of people who spend their time on Facebook say, you know what, I want to get support there as well. I don't want to leave Facebook just yet. Ability for you to continue to build that long-term relationship, you know, to follow up with customers and clients. The group allows you to create a whole separate network, like-minded individuals, people who resonate with you, right? And you can also build a customer database. Like I said, it's an alternative to email marketing. Okay, maybe people don't like to receive email, but they check their group on a regular basis. And whatever updates the group shows up on their profile, their newsfeed. It also allows you and helps you build your profile, your reputation, your authority, and your credibility. Here's where we separate personal and business. Then the question is, what about personal? Why would I incorporate my personal when used for marketing purposes? Okay. And in the 4-week intensive, we actually sit down and show you step by step on how to integrate your personal profile effectively, the do's and don'ts of what to do if you're going to use your personal profile for your business. It allows you to personalize the face behind the business. How are you more apt about spending a little bit more money on a business or on a product because you know the owner? How many of you have chosen to go to a restaurant because you know the owner? Okay? As opposed to going to some other random place for the same type of food because you don't know anybody who's there. Right? We have this natural inclination to gravitate towards people, spend money with people that we actually feel comfortable with. Right? So, allows you to build followers and subscribers. What we talk about later in the intensive is basically we can use this to develop subscribers. We know we can get followers and friends, right, on our personal profile. But did you know your personal profile can help you develop subscribers too, to you and your business? people who subscribe who are fans. Okay? It helps you to become a better public figure. At the end of the day, much like Oprah, it doesn't matter what business that she does, she has a brand that she takes with her wherever she goes. Every single one of us has the ability to do that as a personal brand. I know, for example, Duncan Tooley. Okay, when I think about Duncan Tooley, I don't think about the name of his business. I think about him as an individual, his brand, and what he does. You know, he has this trademarked service that he does to help people with mental lapband, or whatever the case may be. I don't even know what it's called. I just know it's Duncan's product, Duncan Tooley. It's his own personal brand. And that's a powerful piece because no matter where you go, you have yourself with you. So having a personal that's used for marketing purposes allows you to create a little mini Oprah-ish type of scenario. Okay? And it allows you to build trust. At the end of the day, it's about trust. Right? If they don't trust you, they won't spend money on you. Pure and simple. Right? And you also can network. And since we're all here, we all know how to network. And create and share interesting links. Okay, there are things that you can create on your profile that may not necessarily be relevant to your business. So this is how you can create and share interesting links to create what we like to call report hooks. An ability for people to connect with you on a different level. You know, how many of us have ever purchased anything with somebody because we first met them through a social event doing biking or some sporting event or some hobby that we like to do, and we end up doing business with them? Okay, this is how that happens. We create and share interesting things. Oh, that's really cool. That was a really funny video. Who is this person? To know this person and to look at their profile, look at your thing. You know, that's another way to get them into your inbound marketing campaign. You see that? So let's draw this into a picture because a lot of us are visual. You know, if we read this, okay, that's one thing and everything like that. What we want to do is we want to take up the Facebook marketing strategy. I could be able to show it, but it's so blurry that nobody can see this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zoomed up version of that, and I'll put it up so you guys can see it. All right. How many of you are learning a lot so far? Yeah? Okay, good. Any questions so far before I go into this part? Yeah? Okay. So what I'm going to walk through here is the whole entire process in a visual format, in a graph format. Okay? Outbound to leads to inbound marketing campaign. Okay? So what we have here is there are three different ways to advertise on Facebook. You have your Facebook ads, you have your promoted posts, and sponsored stories. How many of you have seen versions of all those before on Facebook? The Facebook ads are usually the ones that show up on the side, okay, on the right side, just like you see on Google, right? Promoted posts now kind of like integrate themselves into your news feed. Have you noticed? Every time you see something that shows up in your news feed, it says, who is this and what is this? And he says promoted post. That's what it is. I still read it anyway, even though I know somebody paid for it, because I was like, oh, what is that? That's kind of cool. Sponsored stories. Those are things that, have you guys ever seen a story that was sponsored, that has likes and comments, and you can actually like and comment it as well? And you notice it says it's a sponsored story, right? Okay. So from these different types of outbound marketing campaigns, what you do is you can promote it to an external page. We're not going to talk about that ever because that's basically the same as pushing somebody to a sales page on your website. Okay. The whole goal really of Facebook 101 and Facebook marketing is to keep everybody within the scope of Facebook so they never feel that they have to leave or that you're taking them away from their social life. Okay. You want to integrate yourself into their social circle and social life. So what we do instead is we push the advertising into your page wall or to a landing tab or an app, because a landing tab can also be an app, okay? What kind of app would you ever have on a landing tab? How many of you have ever participated on a contest on Facebook to win something or to do something or whatever, right? Okay? Those are they're fun. Some of them are kind of fun, and you get to win something potentially. Well, guess what? In the process, you get put into their inbound marketing campaign. You see that? Or you can actually drive your ad to a post. If you feel that a post is worth sharing with more people than just your network, you can drive that into the post because what happens is it creates interest, creates credibility, and then what happens is let's take a look at what type of thing you want to drive on the page wall, okay? You can drive people to like the page. Once they like the page, they're immediately part of that process because stuff that you do on your page shows up. They see a highlight or a pin post, right, like you're saying, and they can comment, like, and share it. They can surf the wall for interesting posts to comment. Like, this is actually the least effective advertising method. This was the original way that people would advertise and push people towards Facebook. How many of you have been approached and said, oh, I can get you like 1,000 likes on your page or get you 1,000 followers and everything like that? What people have found is that that does nothing if you don't build a relationship with them or find a way to develop a deeper relationship with them. Because what happens is this, and it's completely reliant on the type of content that you create on that wall, on that page. And let's be honest, most of us don't have that much time every single hour of the day to create amazing, awesome content. So what we end up doing, we just post random stuff on there, and people are like, yeah, okay, whatever, right? But this is what people used to do. Here's the next most effective product, though, method, is basically you get them to a landing tab, like I showed you. They leave their name and email address and opt-in, or they enter a contest to give away an iPad, give away an iPhone, give away something, right? Or they register for a webinar. How many of us here have ever done a webinar? Okay, perfect. Now, promote your webinar. Get more new people. How many of you noticed that? So a lot of times your webinars, you end up doing it to the same people over and over again because that's part of your network, right? Well, now with Facebook, you can start getting new people to your webinar every single time by running a $10 ad to basically push hundreds of people, push this webinar opportunity in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people, depending on what you want to do, who your target, who your market is. You can have them come to the page to interact with an application that you've installed on a landing tab. Or you can have them go view your website. Let's say they go to a post that you created, okay? A post to what? Attend an event. How many of you have ever posted an event on your Facebook? Okay? Well, guess what? Imagine if you actually thought about putting an ad to advertise to more people in the community, because you can target it to those around in the South Bay, for example, to see this event posting, right? Join a group from an invite. Some of us have mostly like Meetup or Eventbrite or something like that. You can promote that on your Facebook and have them join, or you can push them to join your group that you created, right? Engage with the post. Let's say you put a post up there that you know is very controversial. So you want to advertise that and put that out there, and so people can see it and start coming into this conversation. How many of you ever participate in a controversial post on Facebook? Get in arguments with people on social media, right? Okay, it happens, right? But what that happens, it creates that virality factor. Next thing you know, someone gets really heated up and says, oh my God, let me share this and tell the world what everybody else thinks. Next thing you know, your post ends up getting eyes from all of it. And then eventually, how many of you looked at those type of and said, who originally posted that? And you click on that, go to their site, and next to see what they're all about. See that? Click through to register for a webinar opt-in. Again, another webinar via a post, okay? Maybe you have a Facebook offer. Facebook allows you to make special offers for special services, special products, special events, and allows you to advertise that way. Or, of course, you say, hey, just have a brand new product that just came out for a limited time only, blah, 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 blah. Make a direct purchase. Okay? From there, we go further down and says, okay, we drive them to your Facebook business page. And remember, we talked about the benefits here. You could brand your business, do all those different things when they go to your Facebook business page. Okay? From the Facebook business page, you drive them then to your Facebook groups. Now, the groups you could do 3 different ways. You can have it open, closed, or secret. Not a big fan of the secret group page. And why do it? Because it's a secret page. It's like the skulls or something like that, right? No, non-members can't find these groups and searches and see anything about the group, including, So if you're using a group to network, I highly recommend that you don't make it secret. At the very least, make it closed. So anyone on Facebook can see who's in it, what's all about, who are the members. But if you want them, if you're not, for example, what I would do, for example, after the Facebook intensive, I would create a closed group just to share more ideas and strategies with those who graduated from that intensive course, in which case I don't want to share that with the rest of the world. However, if you were to, say, put together a hypnotherapy discussion group, for example, Duncan, you would actually want to keep it open so anybody can see what's being discussed there and everything. So they can say, oh, I want to be part of that group. That's kind of cool. They talk about some cool stuff. You can involve people in that way. Remember the key benefits of the group. You can build a community, offer support, which is what I was talking about. Those students who graduate and everything can actually get more support that way. Build a customer database. The nice thing about groups is that you can help provide support, keep in contact with a larger group of people than you can doing one-on-one emails. Okay. One of the things I'd offered as a bonus to my LinkedIn intensive was that people can sit and have a 30-minute session with me after the 4-week intensive is done. However, that's just one-on-one, and that's still support, and then that's me creating strategy. However, it's still time-consuming. In a group situation, virtually, you don't always have to be there, and when someone posts a questions or whatever the case may be, you can actually follow up on that really easily. Okay? And then, of course, you go back to the personal profile. What happens is people see your business page, they see the Facebook group, they see the personal profile, and say, let me see the face behind all this that's going on here. All this awesomeness, right? And that's where we structure and we help you set up your personal profile so that it's optimized for marketing purposes. Okay, we remove this is what I ate last night and this is what came out type of pictures and that type of stuff. We clean it up. Right. Question? How do I identify Facebook groups versus business page? Uh-huh. Oh, between groups? Okay, so a business page, you will notice it's let me show you. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, now I see what you're asking. Okay, and initially, when people go to the well-built groups and business pages, where you make the distinction is in the description of each section. Okay. Right, because Facebook brands everything Facebook. So the structure of your personal page or business page and everything is all very similar. And you really can't tell the difference between the two until the description is there and someone tries to like or join. Okay, on groups you can join. On business page you could just like. Makes sense? Like, follow, and then you have to get approval on closed and secrets for the Facebook group. Okay. In the 4-week intensive, we actually spend a week on each section, focusing on setting up each part properly. The first week, we actually spend it all on here to help you start generating business before you even finish the course, before you even get to week 2, which is kind of cool. We did it that way on purpose so you can make your money back, and then some, right? So that's the whole thing. I mean, same approach that we have with our SEO and stuff like that. It's like our whole focus is get you results, and then you'll stay with us for life, right? Any questions on this infographic? Good? Alrighty. You're good, John? Learning stuff? Okay, good. All right, so, and this is just page 101. Okay, so this is the marketing strategy in a nutshell, okay? And like I said, what we do in the intensive, we take you step by step, by the hand, and build each section out, one each week, okay? So who's ready to make some leads, start creating some leads tonight? Why not, right? It's quick start lead generation time, okay? What we're going to do is we'll pass out a copy of this page when we're done here. But before we do that, I want you to focus on just kind of getting an idea. First and foremost, build a business page. If you haven't built one yet, build it tonight. If you already have one, great, because what you can do is go create a landing tab. Now, you want to set an end goal. Before you get a landing tab, get an idea. Do you want people to opt in? Do you want people to just get likes? Do you want to promote a webinar, etc.? Okay. For tonight, I recommend considering having people opting in. If you don't have an email marketing system or a platform in place such as Constant Contact or like Aweber or a MailChimp or something like that, then have them send email to you directly and you just start that way. The whole point is to start seeing flow. Start seeing how this can work for you. My caution is that if you put out a really good ad, your email box is going to be really full really fast. So I highly suggest getting something like MailChimp or Constant Contact set up as soon as possible. Okay. Then what you want to do is then create the page. Now someone says, well, I don't know how to create a landing page. I don't know how to create a landing tab. And yeah, quite frankly, this is Facebook marketing. We don't actually teach you how to do that. However, we give you resources that can help you do that. There's a place called leadpages.net. okay, which I vetted and looked through, and the app actually done really, really well. They can help you create all kinds of different things, not just landing pages. They can help you create contests. They can help you create a webinar type of scenario. They can just create a whole separate web page altogether. OfferPop.com also does that. If you have a page already that is created and designed to capture customer information or lead information, you can just use this iframe app right here, which I've created a shortened version for you to make it easier. And what this does is once you're logged into Facebook, just go to this link, and it will take you to a page where you can install this app on your page, and then you can just simply cut and paste the HTML code into that to make the page. Make sense? Okay, so it's bit.ly/TLOFB iframe. And don't worry, I will give you guys a sheet with all this. So, yeah. Then, after you do that, create a Facebook ad. Okay? What you can do is you can go to facebook.com, bless you, /ads/create, and it's really, really easy. All you have to do is go to that link, follow the wizard, and it takes you through the process of you can create a Facebook ad or a sponsored story. Now, this is what's really new. It just came out maybe 2 weeks ago. Post and promote. Okay, so maybe you don't want to create an ad for a tab. You just want to start advertising a post or something that you created. So what you do is you post something on your page, and as soon as you're done posting, Facebook asks, do you want to promote this? Sure. Click promote, and boom, you promote it. Yep. Simple as that. What that does, it creates a little pop-up, okay, a pop-up overlay window that guides you through the process of purchasing advertising. And you can start off as low as $10, $5, whatever the case may be. You know, I highly recommend if you have like, you know, $10 is there, which is half of an ATM visit, you can immediately see how this all works. Tonight, post something that you think would be really effective in terms of converting people into your page, and then start promoting and see what happens. It'll help you decide and choose your audience, the demographic, where you want your post to show up and who you want to show up to. So this is very important also for you to not only decide an end goal, but also think about who your audience is, who your low hanger, who are the people that you really want to have see your content. Go through this process right here, quick start. I guarantee you, you'll start getting leads tonight. If you don't, come back here and knock on my door. Okay. This is done over and over. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Cookies will follow you around. Yeah. And what you talk about, where you go, what you click on, what ads you click on, Facebook tracks all of that. And what Facebook does, it collects all the data, and those of us who advertise will present that data to you. So you can see what exactly your market wants and likes are, which will help guide you to creating the best ad, what the best posts, all those different things. See, what we'll do in the, we'll just, any questions on this? We're going to go and pass that out so that way you don't have to keep writing it down. So you can take that home tonight, start generating leads. If you make $1 million tonight, call me and let me know because I want to film you for a testimonial. Come take a free class and make $1 million. Come join my seminar. Tambu. Okay, any questions? Why is this double? Okay. So, what next? Now that I've got this quickly, now I've got an idea. Do you guys have an idea that this is really potentially going to be really, really big? We have to shift our mindset, understand the concept of outbound and inbound marketing, okay? And what you know already right now, 50% of the people who market on Facebook already do not utilize and do not understand how to do it. How many of us have looked at ads and says, why is this being advertising to me? And look at the ads and just cringe, okay? They just have a lot of money. But what if you could take a fraction of that money and do twice or 3 times or 5 times or 10 times the result? So what should you do next? 1, take action. Experience this firsthand for yourself tonight if possible. If you're serious about your business, if you're serious about using Facebook for it, I encourage you to take the knowledge that you have right now and take some understanding, this quick little mindset shift that we did today, and start applying it tonight and see the results that you get by tomorrow or by the end of the weekend, however long you want to run the campaign. Okay? Next, whether or not you take action, I highly encourage then take the Facebook Mastery for Branding and Lead Generation 4-week intensive. Like I said, we can only show you so much with a limited time tonight, but what I do want to tell you and show you is this intensive will take you step by step, will take you by the hand. The first week, I'll tell you right now, we will take you to actually creating an ad campaign in class and launching it in class. Okay? Well, we'll talk about the step-by-step approach that we do. We do step-by-step, development and creation. We'll build your profile, your reputation, your community, and your customers easily and quickly. Okay? We'll also teach you to spend less time. You're already probably spending on Facebook and get more results than what you're getting now. A lot of people say, well, maybe this class or intensive may not necessarily apply to me. Who should take this class? A public figure? An author? A coach? A small business owner? An expert? Whoever has a niche specific knowledge base? Okay? Social media coach, believe it or not. If you are teaching social media, or even if you're doing social media as a service, you should probably take this course. In fact, if you know anybody who's doing social media, have them come talk to me, because we want to raise the bar of the industry, because there's a lot of people out there that aren't doing it right. An affiliate marketer, an entrepreneur, a product owner, and a service provider. That pretty much covers pretty much everybody in this room, doesn't it? In other words, if you are serious about your business and want to take it to that social media level, Facebook should be something that you do not ignore. Or if you're just looking to make money online and have a lot of fun networking and everything, you can do that too. So what is this 4-week intensive all about? Okay, we have a sheet that we're going to pass out right now that I'm going to go over real quick with you. Bless you. Week number 1, we talk about the quick start launch to your first Facebook lead generation campaign. Okay, I'm going to agree that what I gave you today leaves a lot of holes open in terms of the quick start. You can still do it, and you can still get results. But what I want to do is make sure that you get massive, massive results. So what we do the entire first week is to help you generate revenue, or leads at least, right away. See results of what it is, and we just actually just engage in a very light level. Okay? So what we do is we build your first landing tab, okay, in case you haven't built one yet to get leads. 10 key steps to creating effective Facebook ads. We take you step by step on creating the perfect Facebook ad that converts every single time. We walk you through the 4 ways to use the Facebook ads. We talk about inside Facebook ads and how to target effectively your audience. We talk about setting up promoted posts, Facebook offers, and putting it all together to launch your first campaign in class if you're ready. Okay, and then we give you a whole bunch of action items on top of all that. And that's just week number 1. I've been told week number 1 itself is worth $200. Week number 2, we talk about marketing with Facebook pages. Actually, I was told one time it's more than that, because I coached someone through week 1 and they ended up making $2,000 that first week from a client. Closed the deal fast. He was a great closer. Lead generation sucked for him. Go figure. Marketing with Facebook pages, week number 2. So now we talk about your business page, your branding page, and we talk about creating an amazing social media content bomb. Every time somebody goes there, it explodes with flavor. Branding your page and timeline properly. Talk about post and content strategies that work. 10 ways to get your post in front of people, because oftentimes with all the newsfeed that goes on, sometimes if you don't do it right, your stuff gets buried. Nobody sees it. Just like Twitter. Twitter's a whole different story. And then we talk about analytics and insights and on-page statistics and what you should focus on and what you should not care about. So that way you don't waste your time focusing on too many things. Okay? And that's week number 2. Week number 3, we talk about marketing with personal profiles, which is establishing the goal of your profile first and foremost, branding and linking to your business page, the do's and don'ts of what to post on your profile if you are using your personal profile for business. Okay? Most business owners should really consider their personal profile to be utilized for business. Like I said, it puts the face and a voice behind your company message, right? Leveraging interest lists. There are interest lists that Facebook provides for marketing and research. Okay, the more you know about your audience, the easier it will be to give them the right message that helps them convert to you. Effective networking with influencers and getting subscribers. Remember, we talked about the difference between just people who like the page and actually subscribe. People that subscribe to you get priority on all the content that show up. You guys ever notice that sometimes you accidentally subscribe to somebody, everything that they do shows up on your newsfeed? I was like, why do I keep seeing this guy? I don't see anybody else's. And I looked at the profile, oh, I'm subscribed to him, click. So what we do is we want to show you how to get people to actually want to subscribe to you and get priority on all your posts in front of them. Okay? And then week number 4, we talk about marketing with Facebook groups and some extras. How to use groups and different marketing goals. Creating your first group. So if you haven't created a group yet, what we do, or if you already have one, then what we'll do is we'll help you create the group and we'll help you optimize the group. Okay? And then we talk about using pinning, highlighting events so you can get seen better. Effective social integration with the rest of the stuff outside of Facebook. Okay? Not just linking your website to it, but also integrating properly so it all is congruent. And then we put it all together with some more strategies. Cool? That's what's covered in the 4-week intensive. It is a beast, okay? My partners and I have been, you should have seen what I've been doing, just putting this together, just this class together, because I couldn't put Facebook 101 together without putting the Facebook 4-week together. And it's been, we originally were going to do it about a month or so ago, and finally codifying it, putting it down in the classroom type setting, took an extra month just to put it all together. And every time I come in, people, how's it going? It's a beast. It is a monster thing, because for us to do it right, so it's universally understood, so universally helpful, it required that. Okay. I was also actually offered to maybe split it into part 1, part 2 intensive. I said, no. We want to keep it all in one, keep it all congruent, keep it flowing, right? Okay. So the question is next is, okay, how do I get started? How do I do this? How do I sign up? The Life Always, we love fast action. We love people who are willing to take action for their business. This class is easily, we were going to charge it $3.99, but because we're launching it, and this is actually one time, the first time, only time, the last time we're actually offer this, we're going to offer it $1.99 for all 4 weeks. That's 12 hours worth of knowledge and material. Plus, what we're going to do, as for everybody that takes action today until midnight, we're going to offer a full Facebook campaign analysis and recommendations once everything is done. By the time the 4 weeks are over, you should already be making the money. You should already be generating leads. But what we're going to do on top of that when we're done, we're going to sit down with you and actually do a full analysis and give you ideas of how to optimize it even further. It's usually an hour or more. So that's at least $199 value right there. The bonus expires midnight tonight. And if you want to register, it's at lifeoasis.com Facebook. It is starting next Thursday. And it's not a 2-hour because there's so much information. We had to make it a 3-hour. So there will be a break in between. So it's 3 hours, 4 weeks. And it's the only time we're going to be offering this. Once this month passes, it is actually not even going to jump 100. It's going to go directly to $3.99. I'm actually debating putting it actually at $4.99 because this class is, I mean, when I was done, it was